Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Millionaire Mindset Mornings. Today is day 10. If you have been rocking with me since the very beginning, then please let me know. Put some money emojis in the chat or say hello and tell me where you're watching from. If you are catching the replay, I want to know as well. Now, if this is your first day, that's fine too. Come on, join in, catch stuff the other days and get caught up. I am Rita, the self-proclaimed gold digger, and basically what I've been doing is every morning in the month of September, I have been coming on and sharing some tips and tricks and strategies for side hustlers, entrepreneurs, small business owners, so that you can make some money in your business. Real quick, I'm going to do my social media checks, and we are going to get into this morning's topic, which is how you can make a 7-day money move or a 7-day offer and get paid faster. All right. On yesterday, we talked about how to finish what you started and everything. So now I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to make money in like 7 days. All right. So it looks like I am good on all ends. So we are going to go ahead and get into it on today, y'all. Y'all don't know the behind the scenes stuff that I'm doing to try and get ready, but yeah, in just a matter of minutes. But anyway, let's jump into today. All right, so we have talked about various ways that you can maximize in your business, how you can cash in on those coins and make some money. This week is focused on money and momentum. So I don't want you still sitting on ideas. Yesterday we talked about turning ideas into income and everything. So I don't want you sitting on ideas. I don't want you to have all these grand ideas and you never act on them. Okay. So your ideas are cute, but we want to see deposits, okay, into your bank account, not just those drafts, you taking money out of it. All right. So imagine getting paid this week for something that you created or an idea that you were able to turn into income. All right. So that is what we're going to be talking about. All right. I want you to be able to launch your first 7-day money move and get paid. All right. While everybody else is still out there planning. All right. So I want you to be able to launch your 7-day money move and get paid. All right. So the theme for today is about speed and simplicity. Okay. We're not going to overcomplicate things. We're going to keep it really simple and we're going to act quickly. Okay. So you don't need months of planning stuff. You don't need a whole bunch of different funnels or, email marketing campaigns or brand strategists coming up with stuff. We are just going to keep it simple. What you need to do is you need to focus on the problem. You need to focus on how you're going to solve it. And then lastly, you want to just get the courage and stop being scared. Get the courage to be able to launch it. All right. So this is what we're focused on this week. When it comes to creating your offer, you're going to focus on the problem, focus on the solution that you offer or how you solve that problem. And you are just going to get the courage to start and to launch. All right. That is the theme for today. So with that being said, let's get into our first point. All right. So we always have 3 points that we're going to outline. So the first point that I have is I want you to stop waiting and start selling. Because what you waiting on? All right. What are you waiting on? Stop waiting, start selling. So I've mentioned this previously. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. You're waiting for it to be perfect. You don't have to do all that. Stop waiting for it to be perfect because that's just procrastination in disguise. If you wait until it's perfect, you're never going to launch. All right. Let me put that first talking point in there and then I'm going to expound upon it a little bit more. So point 1 is Stop waiting and start selling. All right. Start selling that offer that you have. I'm putting it in the chat. And here's the thing. People pay for solutions, not your polished product, okay? They just want solutions. It might be a little messy. I don't want it to be sloppy now. So it might not be totally how you want it, but it's still providing that solution they need. And that's what people are going to pay for. People are going to pay for the solutions, not this polished and shiny product, okay? They want help, all right? And as long as you're able to provide them with the help, that is what they're going to appreciate, all right? They want the help. They don't care that your little Canva template isn't perfectly situated or perfectly formatted. Can it help them? Okay. That is the ultimate thing that they want to know. And how you can stop waiting and start selling. You need to start validating that through action. All right. What do I mean by that? Don't guess whether or not people want it or not. Put it out there and see if they'll pay. All right. This is where you get a little disappointed, because then you think if the people don't pay for it or whatever, that is not necessarily helpful. But also, you need to make sure you're putting it out to the right people. Okay. But as you put it out there and you get feedback, that helps you to see if you need to change anything, if it's being well received by people, and as well as how has it, for the people who are welcoming of it and using it, how has it changed them? How has it helped improve them? Okay. So validate through action. Go out there, put it out there, see if they will pay for it. Okay. And you just never know. Instead of you spending months and months and months of designing something, you can create something that you might sell for $19. And even if you have 10 people to buy it, that's $190 that you otherwise wouldn't. All right. Now, as a bonus tip for this, use what the 80-20 rule. I know you probably heard about the 80-20 rule and other aspects, but we're going to apply the 80-20 rule when it comes to launching our products. So get the offer about 80% good enough. Okay. And once it's about 80% of the way there, 80% of what you want it to be, go ahead and launch. Okay. The 20% you're stressing over, probably most people won't even notice. All right. So just get it 80% there and launch it. All right. Use that 80-20 rule when it comes to launching. All right. I'm going to put that in the chat too. Use the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. Hold on. I can't even see. 80-20 rule for your offer. All right. So do that. Use that as a guideline. It doesn't have to be perfect, because that's what y'all are aiming for. All right. So the next tip that I have to share with you is there is power in the micro offer. That means a mini offer, very small offer. Yes, you have envisioned this big thing, this big grand scale of how you want to launch and everything, but there's power in the mini offer as well. Keep it small, keep it specific. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Solve one problem, not all of them. I know you can create a system and you can solve this problem and that problem. And when that problem is solved, then they're going to need help with this. I know you got all of that in your head, and that's beautiful and that's wonderful. But today, this week that we're working on, we're just going to solve one problem. Okay. So, because there is power in the micro offer. So that is point number 2. Okay. There is power in the micro offer. All right, so I'm going to put that up. All right, so we're just going to pick one problem to solve. All right, it's all about staying focused. All right, so focus is the name of the game. And then also, please remember that even though the micro offer, yes, it's not, maybe you're not going to be able to make as much money as you would if you were able to put out that big grand thing that you have, but low ticket doesn't mean that it's low impact. Okay. So even though it might be $27 or something like that, that could be a gateway to your higher ticket programs or services or products that you have. Okay. So even though it's low ticket, that doesn't mean that it's low impact. Now, when you do these micro offers, this is what helps to build quick wins, and these quick wins help build trust in you and in your business. And also with the quick wins, not only are you trying to get quick sales, you know, within a certain time period or whatever, you're also trying to get quick results from your customers and clients. All right. Why do you want them to see quick results? The reason why these quick wins that they get, not just because it's not just about you. Yes, you're getting a win by making a sale, but the quick wins they get from the help that they receive from your product or service, that helps build trust in you. Okay. And when they get fast results, they'll come back with their wallets to get more products and services for you. All right. So, please keep that in mind. All right. So use these mini offers, and they can be gateways into your bigger ticket offers because people are seeing their results quickly. So I said all that to say, because we're going to be talking about framing your offer soon. Keep those things in your mind as you're creating your offer. All right. So here's a bonus tip too when it comes to that. You want to price it low enough that it's an easy yes. It's easy for someone to say yes to it, but high enough for people to actually take it seriously. You don't want them to buy it just because it's like $1 or something, but then they never use it. So you want it to be low enough that it's an easy yes, but high enough that they will take advantage of it and be serious about what they just purchased and not just, not use it. Okay. So keep that in mind. Now the final tip that I have is we are actually going to do the 7-day money move blueprint. So we're about to map it out right now. All right, so let's do our 7-day money move blueprint. Here's the thing. For the first 2 days, all right, you are going to brainstorm one small problem that you're going to solve. Don't take more than 2 days for it. Even that is being a little generous. And the only reason why I'm being a little bit generous with that is because one of the ways you can brainstorm your idea of the problem that you're going to solve is that you can ask your audience directly. So you can do a poll, you can hit up their DMs, or just make a post saying, hey, what do you need help with? And so that might take some time. The other stuff is, so you just waiting to get responses from people, basically. So that is what the first 2 days are. But you want to brainstorm, spend those first 2 days kind of brainstorming, poll your audience, put the question out there, talk to people, get some feedback, see what they need help in before crafting your offer. Day 3, you are going to create the offer, okay? And when it comes to creating the offer, let me put these in the chat too. So your money moves blueprint. Day 1 is brainstorm one small problem to solve. That's what I want you to do. Money Moves Blueprint, day 1, you're going to brainstorm one small problem to solve. And then day 3 is when, that should have been days 1 through 2, sorry. And then on day 3, you are going to create your offer. Now, like I said, we're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on that. You want to make it in 2 hours or less. All right. So don't spend all day. Don't, because remember, we're following the 80-20 rule. All right. So day 3, you're going to create your offer. So day 3 is create the offer in 2 hours or less. And I'm putting that in there too. 2 hours or less. Create your offer in 2 hours or less. Don't spend a whole day on this, okay? Because if it takes more, you're just overcomplicating things, all right? You're making it way too complicated. On the 4th day, you want to set up your payment system. How are people going to pay you, all right? You don't need a website, all right? You got PayPal, you got Cash App. You got there's different things that you can set up that are free, but so most people have Cash App, a lot of people have PayPal, so you can set that up for them to pay it. If you don't have it, you can get it set up rather quickly, okay? And you don't have to have a website. So I don't want you to complicate it by saying, hey, I need to create a website. And so now we're down a sidebar, trying to create this website because I said that you need to set up a payment system. No, okay? There are ways to work around it. We're not going to be making this overcomplicated. So that is for day 4. You're going to set up your payment system. Set up payment. Day 5 is going to be spent on writing a promotional post. Okay. So hold on. Oh, hold on. It didn't go in the chat. So day 5, you're going to write your promotional post, and you can use the tips that I talked about on yesterday during the side hustle workshop, where we were talking about sales strategy. If you have not caught that, that was just on this past Tuesday. So definitely check it out. I pretty much gave you a sales strategy and a formula for you to come up with it. And this is a formula you can use for your offer, your post as well. So use this formula. You're going to talk about the pain, the promise, and the price, and then you're going to give a call to action. All right. Let me say that again. You're going to give them the pain, the promise, tell them the price, and then a call to action for what they need to do. Okay. How does that look? Here's an example. Are you struggling with content ideas? Are you struggling with coming up with an offer? I'll give you a 7-day money moves blueprint for $27. DM me to grab it. That's it. So if I wanted to charge y'all for this framework that I'm giving you right now, I could say, are you struggling to come up with an offer for your business? I'll give you a 7-day money moves blueprint for $27. DM me to grab it. That is the thing. The pain, promise, price, call to action. All right. That's all you have to do. Talk about the pain. Tell them what the promise is. You promise to give them what for, and then talk about the price. So I promise to give you this for whatever the amount is, and then give them a call to action. All right. So that is what you're going to be doing on day 5. Excuse me, y'all. Write a promo post. Okay. Day 5. Right. Make a promo post for your offer. And I'm going to put using the formula. Pain plus price, plus promise, plus price, plus call to action. That's all you're going to do. All right. You'll make the promo post using that, and I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can see that. So pain, you're going to talk about the pain. You're going to give them the promise. You're going to tell them the price. And then you're also going to give them a call to action for how they can obtain it. All right. Now, on day 6, after we made our promo post, I want you to go live or post a short video about it. Okay. Now, when you say, well, I don't have anything, I don't have the camera and all that kind of stuff, you got a phone, you got a smartphone, use the camera, the video feature on your phone. So record on your phone, keep it raw. You don't have to perfect it or polish it up. Remember, we talked about that. They don't really care about a polished product. We're using the 80-20 rule. All right. And people will buy into you, not just your lighting setup. So just be real, be authentic. Okay. But you're going to go live and post a short video on day 6 telling about your offer. All right. So let's put that in the chat. Day 6. Go live or post. If you're like too scared to go live, go ahead and record a video about what your offer is. Okay. So go live or post a short video about your offer. So that is what you're going to do on day 6. All right. For your offer. And then the last and final day, because we want to make money, you are going to officially launch and collect coins. All right. So launch it. So, and I want you to celebrate out loud, post screenshots of payments, shout out people who are buying from you with permission, especially depending on what you might be selling or offering. Because remember, energy attracts energy. Okay. So keep that framework in mind. Let me put up day 7, and then we're going to do a quick recap. So day 7 is the launch day. So you're going to launch and collect coins. And that is pretty much your 7-day blueprint. All right. So first 2 days, days 1 and 2, you are spending it brainstorming one small problem. Okay. Day 3, you're going to create your offer. Day 4, you're going to set up your payment. Day 5, you're writing a promo post. Day 6, you're going to go live or make a short video. And day 7 is launch day. You're going to launch and collect your coins. All right. So now here's a little bonus. Once you've launched, don't stop there. You can always repurpose your offer, turn it into a workshop or something like that, into a replay. You can also attempt to upsell for those other ideas that might cost more that you have in your head. You can try and upsell, but use it to help build momentum. Okay. And when I say build momentum, is get more eyes on you, as well as get more email addresses, things of that nature. Okay. This 7-day money move blueprint, it's all about proving to yourself that you can make money on demand. And I have done this strategy before, and I didn't have it perfect like this at all. I had read about something in a book, and it was like a challenge to make some money, and I did, and I launched it, and I made money. I was surprised. I was like, oh my goodness, I made money this quickly from putting something out there and launching it. Okay. I made money. So this has been perfected a little bit, giving you strategic things to do day to day. Cause I was just doing it off the fly. Okay. They were like, hey, tell people about your offer, or create an offer and tell people about it. And that's all I had to run with. And I had to think, okay, what is my offer? But they did give me a time limit too, as well. So they were like, do it probably this month or something like that. So I said, okay, what can I offer? Put it out there, and I made money. Y'all. I was so tickled. I might actually do it again. I might actually do this with you guys. So I might be brainstorming today or tomorrow and see what offer I'm going to come up with. All right. So once you launch, don't start there. See how you can repurpose your content and help build momentum. All right. Like I said, this is about proving to yourself that you can make money on demand. All right. And the confidence you get from that is absolutely priceless. Absolutely priceless. Like, I know I can make money on demand. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, literally, I can make money really quickly. All right. So here's our Millionaire Mindset action step that I want you to take today. I want you to pick one idea today. Go ahead and map out your 7-day plan. So go ahead. If you need to watch the replay to hear the things again, you can do that, and commit to launching by next Friday. So you got a little bit more than a week. All right. So commit to launching by next Friday. But for today, you're just going to pick one thing to kind of create, and one idea that you can focus on. And you could, some ideas that you can have, or the type of offer you can have, you could do like a workshop, you can do a digital download, you can do like a challenge or an accountability group, but you can do like a quick win, a service quick win. So like if you're in a service-based business, you can do like a quick consult or something like that for somebody. Those are those quick things that you can do, but commit to finishing and launching by next Friday. All right. Next Friday, drop the excuses and pick up speed. When you drop those excuses, you can move so much faster, and that's how you're able to pick up speed. So no excuses. All right. Drop them. All right. And then I want you to screenshot your plan. I want you to post it. I want you to screenshot it, post it, and tag me in it at Gold Digger Chick. Let me put that in the comment section. I'm at Gold Digger Chick on IG. I want you to tag me in it. Let me see if they let me put it up here, because sometimes YouTube be acting funny. All right. So tag me in it so I can see what your plan is. All right. And if you are ready to launch this week, I want you to put a rocket ship in the chat so I can see it. And also let me know what's one small problem you plan on solving in the next 7 days. And if you're watching the replay, all of my replay fam, I want you to pause this right now and go ahead and do your 7-day money move blueprint. All right. I want you to map it out. Okay. Momentum loves movement. All right. You don't need a year. You only need a week and a little bit of courage to start and launch your product. So finish fast, get paid even faster, and watch how your money is going to move as well as to multiply. All right. So I want to see receipts, not regrets. All right. So I went a little bit longer, so I apologize for that, but I wanted to make sure I gave you the framework. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about how you can even stack those coins even more and turn it into consistent cash. All right, now that you got your mini offer out the way. Okay. But that's all I have for now. I hope you have a wonderful morning, a wonderful day as well. I will be doing Side Hustle Saturday on this Saturday, and I will be posting a poll for y'all to vote and let me know what topic you want me to talk about on Side Hustle Saturday. All right. Until next time, catch me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Take care, guys.